Hello, everyone. This is George Madiou, and I'm again here with a great friend of mine, Robert Butwin, and we are discussing where do you find prospects that are in the looking zone. And the reason why I'm really excited about having Robert here is Robert is probably one of the greatest prospectors in all of network marketing. So give us your words of wisdom, Robert.
Thanks. First of all, based on what's been happening in the last few months, everybody, if they're conscious, should be in the looking zone. I mean, the one thing that we've learned about with the pandemic is people need to have multiple streams of income. They need to have more than one stream of income. If you're just dependent upon a job or whatever you were doing, you really need to take a serious look at network marketing. The only reason people are not involved in this profession is they just don't understand it. I've said it over and over again. If people really understood this profession, everybody would be involved in it, but they're not. So the point is, where do you find people? Where do you find prospects? Many things have changed since I've gotten involved in this profession. I started off with the 3-foot rule. Well, obviously with what's going on today, the 3-foot rule really isn't too practical because everybody's dealing with social distancing. A little bit over 57 years ago, my cousin released a song the day after my birthday. And ultimately, and by the way, as I tell you the story, I've never met him, but his mother was at my wedding. But the name of the song was Blowing in the Wind. Ultimately, back 57 years ago, the answers were blowing in the wind. Today, the answers are on the internet. And, there's many different ways to meet prospects on the internet. Meaning, I've developed 30,000 LinkedIn first level connections. Now, I haven't talked to 30,000 of them, but I probably talked to about 500. And from there, I've developed 30 really good connections. So that's one place that you're able to meet prospects, but again, it's like once you meet somebody, it's like, how do you take them from a suspect to somebody that's really interested in our business? That's a whole other conversation that we can have at a future date. That's one place. The second place that I've been meeting people is on Zoom. Before we started this conversation, George, I said, I've already had one Zoom call. I've got another Zoom call later today. There are many different networking groups that you can plug into on Zoom, on the internet. I find the internet as a very strategic, helpful tool as far as, number one, finding people that are interested in our business, but more effectively being able to help those that are interested become more successful in what we have to offer in network marketing. The other area where you can find prospects in the looking zone, there are people that specialize in that. If you don't mind calling cold leads. There's certain people that have got lead programs that have answered different questionnaires so that that they're in the looking zone. So the point is, there's prospects all around. If people were halfway conscious, they realize that they need to take a look at what this business is, why they should be involved in this business, and find somebody that can ultimately help them become successful, be it the mentor, direct or indirect mentor. When I started in this business, I originally started with indirect mentors. That's why your publication is so good. People can plug into many different people that have been very successful over a period of time and gain that insight. And ultimately, then you're going to find a direct mentor, somebody that might be involved with the network marketing company that's got the perspective and insights that will help you become successful. So
Very, very good. Very good. So give me your take when people are looking for prospects. A lot of times they're saying that I want to find a business builder that can join my team, but finding prospects aren't only business builders. they're customers also, aren't they?
Definitely most of the people actually start off, and again, how do you expect somebody to be passionate about your program unless they like the product or service that you represent, and it makes a positive difference in their life? So to me, even though I want business builders, no question about it, they need to understand the value of the product or service that you represent. So it starts as a customer. The majority of the people, unless, most people are not going to do it as a business. So unless people are able to enjoy the product or service without making money, you don't really have a viable business. So it starts with the customer. Yes, I want business builders when I was actively working in the business, but ultimately it starts with being a customer.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate again you sharing your wisdom with us. Your insight is incredible, and it's helped many tens and hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. So I appreciate you being on for a couple of minutes and giving us your time. And I look forward to next month and doing it all over again.
Sounds good. Always appreciate to help other people.
And you have something to leave us with with Robert?
Well, yeah, with Robert, you do nothing but win. I mean, in our life today, you've got to expect the unexpected. One of the tape series I heard a long time ago, how to zig in a zagging world. The constant in life is change. It's like when I started in this business, there was no Google, there was no Zoom, there was no Amazon. I hate to date myself, but you take a look at all the changes, and the constant in life is change, and you need to embrace change and figure out how to use that to create the level of success that you want. And everything that you do is based on helping other people win.
All right. Great closing. Well, I appreciate you, Robert Butwin, for being on, and I appreciate having you as a great friend of mine and a friend of the network marketing industry and the network marketing magazine. So until next month, I'll be talking to you soon.
Sounds good, George. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks.